Hello.
Hello.
So when I was in the Army, I deployed to Iraq, and technically speaking, I'm a combat veteran. But there's two different types of combat veterans. You've got big C combat veterans and little C combat veterans. Big C combat veterans are like my friend Dan. Dan spent his 20s on multiple deployments, pulling wounded soldiers out of Taliban killing fields and returning fire as he raced to the medevac site. Dan was a man's man. His smile could grant an orgasm from the other side of the world. He was a real-life American hero, just like Super Mario or Captain Kirk. Because Captain Kirk was a big C combat veteran, right?
Yeah.
Dude got demoted for stealing his ship with his boys and crashing it. His baby mama does not want him around. And multiple ex-lovers want him dead. Like Khan. Because in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Kirk and Khan are clearly lovers, right? Like, we see that? Because Khan spent 15 years on SETI Alpha 5, and the second he gets out, all he wants to do is kill James T. Kirk. Because you don't do that unless you hook up, the sex was amazing, and then you get ghosted. And I mean, Kirk could have at least sent a text message, right? Because communication is the cornerstone of every relationship. You gotta go the extra mile. You don't just buy flowers, you start a garden. You grow a fungus that kills their enemies slowly from the inside. You rescue that princess from the castle, just like Super Mario. Because Mario was a big C combat veteran. The dude spent his whole deployment outside the wire, just eating wild mushrooms and starting fires as he looted the villagers for coins. And yeah, Mario has a hard time settling down. He's got Peach, but she's not what you call low maintenance, right? Because every time Mario leaves the base, she's over at Bowser's castle talking about how she just needs a little more time before they can be together because Mario just doesn't understand. But Bowser would be a little C combat veteran. He could go fight Mario, but waits in his castle for Mario to come to him. Bowser was like that major who never left the base once, but got a bronze star for tying his shoes that day. But like, I don't blame Bowser though, because I too was a little C combat veteran. I spent my 9-month deployment in an air-conditioned STD clinic, speed running Super Mario World in between reruns of Star Trek The Original Series. And at the end of my one deployment, this big Klingon of a man came to my clinic, and he was telling me how he doesn't vibe with condoms, but it burns when he pees. And so I had to take a Q-tip and go on one knee and swab where no man had gone before. And so the most dangerous part of my entire deployment was when Commander Warp was going to have a knee-jerk reaction and cave my skull in while I was down there. So that goes to show some men save Private Ryan, and others make him turn his head and cough.